Also at 3:30, this one on ABC. Number 6, Oklahoma on the road at the unranked Texas Longhorns, Dan.
Yes.
Texas is a 1.5 favorite. For years, we've called this one the Red River Shootout. I think this might be the year, Dan. You ready for it?
Yeah.
That we get the Red River ROCKFIGHT.
Okay, well, do the dirty work, right?
Do the dirty work. I could see that happening here. It feels to me like we might be headed in that direction. This is a Texas offense that has shown some flashes, but has definitely fallen short of most of our expectations. It's an Oklahoma offense that has been dramatically better this season with John Mateer.
Yeah.
Will John Mateer play in this game? I think is an open question. It didn't look as if he was going to. It seemed as if it was going to be a Michael Hawkins.
Did you see the quotes from today?
I did.
That Brent Venables has said, like, John Mateer hasn't played in, like, actual football this week. He hasn't practiced good on good, right? That, like, why would we play somebody who doesn't practice? Essentially is what he's saying.
But who knows, right?
That's true.
So there are these reports out there at time of recording. We're doing this around midday on Wednesday. Mateer could play. I still tend to think he won't.
Right.
But either way, this is a historic rivalry. Either way, this is a very tight point spread, basically a coin flip. Which side are you backing?
This one's real tough. Okay, so are we previewing this game assuming Michael Hawkins? Is that how we're approaching this?
I am going to preview this one with a couple caveats.
Okay.
My assumption is that it's going to be Michael Hawkins.
Okay. So you're getting either Michael Hawkins or a pretty limited John Mateer physically.
Maybe. I mean, maybe he's got a bionic hand.
He had
that we're
surgery
unaware
on
of.
his hand, on his thumb, whatever.
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Had surgery. And apparently now he's pushing to try and get back out there.
Right.
Like you said, Venables not really spilling the beans at this point, saying that he's going to be out there for sure, kind of tamping that down a little bit. And I think that's probably the right approach.
Okay, I think Michael Hawkins is fine. He obviously he played in this game last year as Oklahoma got destroyed by Texas.
34-3.
34-3. So if you're going to take Oklahoma in this game with Michael Hawkins, you're assuming defense plus some competence on offense is enough to win this game, like Ty said, in a rock fight, 20-13, 17-13, 12-10, whatever. Take your pick, right? This game has been all over the map in recent years in terms of the score and the winner and the type of game that was played and how sloppy or not sloppy it was. I think we may, as a sport, as people talking about the sport, we may have gone too far in one direction about Texas. Texas has been basically incompetent on offense against quality competition, largely due to an offensive line that has been nowhere near dependable, which has hampered Arch Manning. Arch Manning has hampered Arch Manning. Steve Sarkisian has struggled to figure out ways to get this offense going. I mean, it's Ohio State and Florida. These are good defenses, obviously, in some cases great. Texas is too penalized. They're not good on third down. Like, they check a lot of bad boxes, this Texas offense. There's a lot to still like about this Texas defense, though they do have some issues in terms of penalties, and they weren't great against Florida. I think we've gone too far in the direction of like, oh, Texas is bad. Let's just assume Texas is bad and they're not good anymore. And I don't think I'm going that far. What's the line in this game right now?
1.5 right now.
4.
In favor of Texas.
In favor of Texas. I think I'm actually taking Texas. I'm taking Texas here because I think Oklahoma has gotten a pass on certain things because they've won, and that's fair. And that's a good thing to win, obviously. But I'm not sold on this offense. I'm especially not sold on it without John Mateer or with a severely limited John Mateer. And I think this is a good place for Arch Manning to be okay. It's not a great defense to be okay. I mean, if he is only okay against his Oklahoma defense, that's a good thing. I just don't know how much this Oklahoma defense has actually been tested this year. I think the numbers are a little bit inflated, and that's fine. I'm going Texas here because I do believe that there is room for them to grow, and that growing is not a crazy thought. I think that they can get the ball to playmakers a little bit more efficiently. I think the Florida game may have been a wake-up call that, like, okay, we need to plan around this offensive line, not with this offensive line. We need to roll Arch out a little bit more. We need the quick game going a little bit more. We can't count on him being protected enough to sit in a pocket and go through progressions. So I think you're going to see a Texas offense that's better equipped to succeed despite an offensive line against Oklahoma, and Oklahoma will be ready for that. And I'm just not buying Michael Hawkins right now. I'm not buying the running game of Oklahoma without John Mateer. I'm not buying, the weaponry, the depth of weaponry of offensive skill for Oklahoma right now. So I do think Texas has the ability, provided they can clean up a little bit of their slop, to win an ugly game because of pass rush, linebackers, and boring offense that will improve because of the size of this game. I think they're going to rise to the occasion.
Yeah, my issue with this one is it's an Ashanti game for me.
Yeah, it's trust. Absolutely.
It looks like a close one. Yeah, it's all about trust. And I don't know what to trust.
I hear you. You're right.
I don't know. What do you think is the most trustworthy unit on this field on Saturday?
What's his name? Taylor Wine and R. Mason Thomas, defensive line for Oklahoma. It's a terrible matchup for Texas.
Yeah, I would say more broadly.
Yeah.
The Oklahoma defense to me.
Sure.
Feels like the answer. And what I took a great deal of time trying to comprehend this week was the idea that the Texas offense might be the least trustworthy unit on the field.
Yeah.
Which, if you think about it, it's like an enormous 180 compared to what we thought in the preseason. Texas is not a good running team. Arch Manning has not been that good of a passer.
Right.
His completion percentage is just 60%. Texas is 82nd nationally in passing success rates. To quote the wise prophet Bob Slidell from Office Space, Dan, what would you say you do here?
Yeah.
What are they good at? So something's got to change.
I hear you.
And I'm not super confident that that's going to happen this week with even more pressure on them. And now they're going up against the top 5, top 10 defense. I mean, we could debate how good Oklahoma's defense is. I think you've got a valid point that maybe they haven't been fully tested, but
yeah,
it's still pretty good, right?
No, it's not pretty good. It is really good.
It's really good. I think there is potential here for Texas to stretch the field. I think you can beat Oklahoma deep, but that's only if you give Arch time to do it.
Right.
And I'm not sure he's going to get that time against this defense, because this is a defense that blitzes a lot. They're great at getting pressure on the quarterback and sacking the quarterback. This is a tough matchup for a line, and I think for a quarterback that are very much feeling their way through the early part of this season. To me, it just feels like a different ball game than last year. And everything you're saying about Oklahoma is valid for sure. I don't think Oklahoma is going to blink this time around. I think the defense is outstanding. I actually think Michael Hawkins will be fine, because it's a different story for him too. By all accounts, he's much more comfortable this season than last, if only because he's had a little bit more time to mature and be with the team. I'm going Oklahoma outright here.
Okay.
I think it's low scoring. I think it's physical. I think it's ugly. I think that's the style of game that Brent Venables would prefer. 24-20, somewhere in that range. Give me Oklahoma.
Okay. Yeah, he had 6 and change yards per attempt against Kent State last week. You can believe everything you want. I need to see it from Michael Hawkins. We saw Michael Hawkins with a good Oklahoma defense last year lose 34-3. He's definitely gotten better. Everybody gets better, it seems, with the benefit of time. Perhaps. You're a Penn State fan. We can have a Drew Aller
conversation later if you want. But.
Everybody has the opportunity to get better as they age. We're also in a weird spot where we're barely into October and we've maybe lost the plot on Brent Venables is an excellent coach and has this team ready to what have we seen full season wise from Brent Venables ever to make you think that he has a firm handle on bringing Oklahoma back to its expectation? Also, look at the schedule Oklahoma's about to withstand.
I know. But hey,
this week
to
only.
his credit, the team that we have seen on the field so far through the first half of this year has been light years better.
I think so.
Than a year ago, right? I mean, just to get to this point, I think has been pretty significant. They've
had
some big wins. So I'm all in.
Okay.
I'm all in at this point.